Ah, yes, Popstar Mono Job, the only challenge that will make you disappointed. Here we are, most likely my last ever Mono Job run. I used to be an avid Popstar main, so I think it's a nice possible ending to this mini-series of my challenge runs. The rules are simple enough. I can only use Popstar and can only use its similar counterparts once I get Job right in Next Door and Realm of the Fae. So without further ado, let's get started. This was a nice, smooth, relatively simple fight like it usually is. You know, I was expecting much more of this boss, but it was more of the same as the mouse. This might just be the most calming fight I've ever had. I know my Mii died and all, but I knew I would get a life sprinkle, so that didn't even matter in the first place. This was just nice, relaxing, and honestly I just had a fun time fighting this guy. Ah, ha ha ha. I have the horsey. I get to do damage now, so guess what? Chicken butt! Okay, I'll shut the fuck up. Anyways, I meant to say that now these fights are much easier thanks to the horse's damage, and this is no exception. I was expecting a lot more from the big old birdie, but he just couldn't do much against my bulky Popstars. This job is really slept on. Like, come on, making this boss look like light work, and I do like 2 damage. Oh gee, I wonder what could possibly influence this fight to go my way. There definitely isn't a level 15 red link here. Yeah, we stand gambling, but that actually didn't help the fight too much. For the most part, the team was fine, but my boy Derp Dude was getting targeted out here. I let him die carelessly early in the fight, so I had to use my life sprinkle, but then he died again, but luckily, it was literally the last turn of the fight, so it didn't matter. Greenhorn was honestly quite fun. On to Next Door. This guy just kinda existed. I wasn't really any real danger, it was just waiting simulator until he finally died. This was more of the same, but at least he hit a little harder to make it a little more challenging. Holy crap, this was hard. Not only did this turn spam the crap out of the AoE move, it just did a shit ton of damage in general. I was running out of healing way super fast, but luckily the fight ended. But wow, holy shit, this got my stress levels high. I was expecting even more chaos in this fight, but I guess this idiot decided to not use the fire breath. So, it was just a nice chill fight, except for the fact that my Miis, they wouldn't stop looking at the stupid painting and getting hit by it. Dumb and Dumber were easily passable, even their combo didn't hurt. I thought it would be annoying because our attacks would do more damage to the shield instead of the blade, but the blade still ended up dying way before the shield anyway, so there wasn't much of a problem. I wanted to fall asleep during this fight. All Pharaoh fights are the exact same thing. They all take centuries, and you end up safe spot limboing and conserving sprinkles for 10 years. I just become so numb to what this fight is like, so I finally decided to play it out correctly for once. But this was just misery. Remember, these Horse Whispering is meant for AoE purposes, not to hit it for a single shit ton of damage. Which means I only did 57 for every single Horse Whispering. This just sucked so much balls. I regret playing Thief again. I see no value in it whatsoever. I now think it's the worst job in the game. Consider this your apology now, Tank fans. Next Door was just fine. It wasn't anything too special. On to the Realm of the Fae and... oh fuck, I gotta be a femboy. Nope, femboy is awesome. Because guess what? I just carried so hard because of a praise. I started this boss with Royal Waves, and I wouldn't have fun without this stupid praise. Because this guy did so much damage to my entire team. Like, wow. Holy fuck, Princess Horse Whispering, so busted, man. Just look at this and tell me that it's fair. Like, come on, if you're getting shredded by 3 pop stars and a princess, just delete yourself from the game at that point. And there was literally nothing interesting about this fight. It just kinda died without putting up any fight. Next. Oh man, I have to try now? Mr. Fred Gibbs here hit really hard with the AoE move, and even just the single target move alone. So Pokemon GD was just kinda laying on the floor the entire fight, cause I'll let him die and not use my life sprinkle, cause I only care about myself and nobody else, because I don't care about my Realm of the Fae teammates in this run at all. So this is basically a replay of my 3 teammate challenge run, except I have a way worse team. Yay! But, man, it was stressful. Because remember, my damage output is horrendous, and his damage output is insane. Luckily, I just lost it way shorter than I could have ever imagined, so it wasn't all that bad, but damn, this sucked. Holy fuck, what a nice little breather. I got Princess Horse Whispering first turn, and even though the boss didn't get stupid status, they still only got 1 turn of attacking. You know, I'm gonna miss spamming the fuck out of this Horse Whispering so much, because it just makes every single boss vanish in a matter of seconds. Even if I didn't get that this fight, it still would have been free. It barely even tickled my pop stars. Rolling the Fae was free as always, but wow, it made me question my life decisions, because I played as a femboy job, but I actually enjoyed it somewhat. Okay, whatever, on to Carcaton. Just go watch any other Miitopia challenge run, and go to this boss specifically, as long as you're not reaching AG64's Boostless run. Guess what? They're all the exact same. This boss gets shredded into pieces in 5 seconds. It does not matter what job you used. I've beat this with Tank, Princess, and Flower. Thanks to Horse Whispering, this was piss easy, and even when it wore off, me and Red Link were just like Prime Kobe and Shaq. We dunked on Toon Link. Toon Link got dunked on and was like, hey, let me join the trio and let's form MSN now. Yeah, that's basically this thing. This was the exact same thing as the freaking Plane Cloud. I got Horse Whispering, and even without it, everybody balled the fuck out. Now I have the power of Hyper Sprinkles, so this challenge becomes incredibly uninteresting now, so sorry, but I'm just gonna keep hypering Red Link and keep encoring him. Even besides that, I don't know why, but this thing did no damage to my Miis at all. I only had to heal every once in a blue moon, so overall chilling. Yay, Miitopia, thank you so much for giving me a Popstar Horse Whispering 1 turn after I used a Hyper on Red Link. Thanks for making me waste a Hyper Sprinkle. Not like it mattered anyways, this guy died in a matter of milliseconds. Oh no, not Boldy! It's not like I have the rest of my main 4 here. Honestly, the only reason why Boldy died in the first place was because I was on autopilot and was very tired. I don't know how that happened though, it was only 6 PM when I fought this thing. Oh gee, level 19 Red Link, who got Popstar Horse Whispering then praised. I wonder how this fight could be any harder. You know, it got a little close at the end, but like, come on, I still had like 3 Hyper Sprinkles, and he was almost dead anyways. He was just cooked no matter what he did to me. Anyway, it's time for the Big Bad Dark Lord. Cue the stupid intro. How to know if anything's under destruction? If you write the words, Poop Star was indeed poop and got shat on. That is what I wrote for the script for this boss. That is it. Carcaton was easy. On to Traveler's Hub. You know, it was close at the end, but it's not enough. This border got a big mouth, but he lacked the idea, so this was free. You know, I could bring my underlevel teammates to get some levels, but I told them don't you get involved. You know, this guy thought he was so smart using his brand new target attack that I haven't seen before. But guess what? He ran out of luck as soon as I upped the highest metric, because guess what? Thanks to you, Miitopia, I got shield sprinkles now. This is such a shock to me on like my 10th playthrough. You know, this section of the game is really bad and takes centuries and all the bosses are so free. But I say, just take a risk or take a trip. You know I'm tripping for my dog. You know, with these bosses, I just wish I could sim to end. I know the ending was a little close, but the only people that died were my irrelevant teammates I bottled on for some XP. Yeah, I actually did what I said in the UFO part. I listened to myself for once. By the way, I've been referencing one specific song throughout this entire little Traveler's Hub section. First one to guess in the comments is pretty awesome. Anyways, on to Skyscraper. I was expecting an absolute nightmare here, because the last time I did below average damage to this guy, I got shat on. But, guess what? He was free. Just like every single other time I think a boss is gonna be hard, it ends up being the freest thing ever. He did not use the rock attack a singular time. So who knows what it could have been if he actually used it. So, you know that Popstar's Horse Whispering gives you hyper status. You know that the Popstar's normal attack hits both enemies. I think if you imagine how this goes. Once the Golem died, I knew it was basically over, and I was correct because the General died in like 2 hits afterwards. I shredded 60% of his health from turn 1, and if you have half a brain cell, you can guess what happened on turn 2. Ah, yes, Red Frog. This was just the exact same thing as the Gold General fight, but somehow quicker and easier. But wow, my Popstar Horse Whispering luck has been horrendous. I haven't gotten a single Sweet Whispers effect on the boss since frickin' Burning Golem. That's kind of fucking crazy. Skyscraper proved to be absolutely no challenge. On to Darkest Lord. This is probably my personal record for my left-hand fights. I did so much damage thanks to being rich and buying my team some really good gear. Also because everybody was above the level of 17. And I was also basically immortal because, pop star. Wow, this was shocking. I always say this whenever my right hand is the exact same as the left hand, but it was just the left hand a lot harder. That's all I have to say about this thing. Back to good old jokes with Pokémon 60. I used 2 Hyper Sprinkles and still clapped him so hard. What a joke. Keep in mind I only used them on Red Link. Popstar is just too bulky for the Darkest Lord to do anything. He didn't even use any of his scary attacks. Just a complete joke like most of my runs. And well, that's the end of the run. I know that was kind of free, but I found it quite fun. Just using my old main again felt nice and refreshing, even though I just spammed way attitude 90% of the time. It doesn't matter. But whenever I think I have a hard challenge, it ends up being piss easy. I was fearing this challenge for a while, and I finally decided to do it, and guess what? It was free. So with that, that's basically the end of this. Thanks for watching. Peace.